Hey, what's going on, guys? Peace, everybody. It's your guy, Yusef. And man, going into 2026, I got a message for you guys. Want to shout a guy out today who was really instrumental in me even thinking about starting this channel. And I'm going to give him his flowers, and then I'm going to address a couple of things just from my own perspective. But I want to shout him out really quick. Shout out to Glendon Cameron for coming back on the scene. Now, there had been some controversy around a video that Glendon had put out. And then the internet doing what the internet does, everybody kind of started piling on. Now, I'm not here to give you my perspective on how I felt about what he did, with the content that he put out. I might slightly address how I feel about how people kind of had this pile on mentality. But I got to be careful. I'm from a generation that, we were kind of blunt. I was born in the 70s. So we didn't believe in candy coating things and kind of biting our tongue. That's not to say we're any better, Gen Z. Hey, look, get your boy some grace. But that's just how I grew up. Like, if I asked for the truth on something, the truth came served cold. So that's how it was. And I have to be sensitive to that online because it can come across a little brash. So I'll try to address it in a civilized manner. Okay. So now let's jump into it. Glendon, if you see this, brother, I'm giving you your flowers. I know what you're capable of. I'm happy that you are back. I knew that you would come back, like I said, because you're not the kind of guy that gives up on the fight. At least I don't know you personally, but at least that's the impression that I got from you. I want to address kind of that thing that I talked about, your post where the controversy came in. And I did not like the part where I saw the lead attorney, I saw Anton Daniels and all of them kind of go at you. But that's the internet, right? It comes with what it comes with, and we have to accept the good and the bad there. So you, as the listener, as the watcher of content on our channels, you have to be able to kind of navigate and make decisions on your own. If not, they will steer you to whatever their biases are. So with that being said, I'm a little more enlightened than that. I'll just say I do a little bit more introspection, and that I don't allow people online to make me decide who I like and who I don't like. So I'm going to leave that where it is. All right. So Glendon, you're still my guy. I'm glad that you are back. Now, as for myself, I have been in the entrepreneurial space for about, I guess, 21 years now. I have not had a traditional job since 2004. So when I see guys like Glendon, even going back to like Tommy Sotomayor and all of those guys, they were the kind of the pioneers of these spaces. And, like them or not, you have to give homage to those who have paved the way. Now, they do say this about pioneers, that they end up with the arrows in their back because everyone wants to come along and give their version of whatever it is that we're doing. And some people get it right and do it better because they've got a framework to work from. But they forget, that framework was made by someone before they got there. Glendon, man, listen, man, I really dig. I'm going to tell you what I like about you, man. And it's probably not what other people like about you, but I'm going to tell you what I like about you. It's going to sound weird, maybe not even as a compliment, but here it is. What I like about you, Glendon, is that when I watch you, I'm thinking to myself that this is an ordinary guy. He's an ordinary guy. He doesn't have perfect English. He doesn't speak the King's English. And, society tells us that we have to be perfect when we're in business. We're always over critical of ourselves. And, when a guy like you comes along and I see you succeeding, I see that you've had a lot of success. I realize what this thing is really about. And in my opinion and in my experience, this thing that we do is really about confidence. I call it the Dolomite syndrome. If you guys don't know who Dolomite was like this black exploitation era guy who, there's a movie out about him. I think Eddie Murphy did it. And, everybody just, kept laughing at his ideas. But he believed in himself so much that he pushed through it, and his consistency became his cheat code. And when I look at Glendon, I see a guy, man, that's so filled with confidence that when he speaks, he believes what he says. I don't care how educated you are. I don't care how experienced you are. I don't care how much money you have. If you lack the confidence, it's going to show, especially online, especially in front of camera. It's going to show. And if you have everything else, but you lack confidence, I think you're just going to have a really hard time getting to what we call success. I could be wrong about that, but like I said, I've been in this entrepreneurial space for 21 years, and I've not seen a person that lacks confidence make it, to where I would consider they were successful. Now, Glendon, man, back to you. So what's crazy is, man, you have such an impact that I see people making videos about you, which is why I'm making this one, to be honest with you, and getting views because your name's in the title. But I'm really making this because I want to get your attention, and hopefully I get to interview you one day because you do some dope shit, bro. I mean, I'm just be real with you, man. You have this thing that you do where you kind of keep it simple for people to understand. You wear your emotions on your sleeve. Now, I don't know if that's real or not, but it looks real, and that's what matters, man. And then, you reinvent yourself. You've got the things, the tangible things to prove your success. And then you take your audience along with you, man. And that's brilliance. That's just pure brilliance, brother. And I know you know that. So shout out to you, man. I don't even know how long I'm going to make this video. I'm just coming off the top, man, because I am starting to, one of the things that I want to do now, as opposed to just talking about myself and my businesses, is to, give people, their flowers and just say, hey, man, I appreciate what you're doing. It inspires me. It makes me better. And as a result, I'm going to use my platform to give you guys your flowers. So Glendon, man, keep rocking. I'm looking forward to what you got in store for us. I'm not in your community, by the way. I've not bought any of your products. I just watch your content online, and that alone is inspiring, dude. Now, that says a lot about you, man. Like when you see the Myron Goldens and stuff who catch the flack out there, I think the people who kind of come at you guys sideways are missing one key ingredient. Now, whether they believe in what you're doing or they didn't have success, they may have bought your course and did not have success, it's debatable on whether or not, it was implemented the correct way. But one thing that a lot of the critics overlook is your ability to inspire. Now, granted, a person may have seen you and may not have learned directly from you the tactics, but the strategy, the what. Maybe not the how, but the what, strategies. For those of you who don't know, in the marketing world, strategies are the what, tactics are the how. So I can tell you, I'm in real estate investing, wholesaling real estate. I've done $100,000+ on some of my wholesale deals, but I'm not going to tell you how, the tactics, until you join my community or whatever. So that's a little trick that a lot of marketers we use. We'll teach you the what, but not the how. And that's perfectly fine. Okay. I mean, we've spent our lives learning and perfecting our craft. We're not just going to always give it away for free, nor should we. So anyway, man, when it comes to inspiring people like Cameron, Glendon, he inspires, and he'll at least put you on the path to self-discovery. And he is a shining example of the possibilities that exist out there. And because of that, I'm inspired to do the same. So shout out to you, Glendon, man. Hopefully I can get you on here and interview you one day. I think you're a dope dude, man. I love the Porsche, man. I love the mindset. I remember you going all the way back to when you were at the pool at the house. And, you know, I was just like, who is this cat, man? You had the big whiteboard behind you. And, you know, like I said, man, I'm not going to say it again, but this is my last time. I'm inspired by you, dude. Keep rocking. I'm tuning in. And, I don't know what the whatnot thing is about, but I'll be watching, man. Maybe not. I've been in the e-commerce world before, and maybe that's not for me because, you know, as a story for a different day. But I've got my own things that I'm doing, and now, if you guys are watching, now is the time for you to get off your asses, get in gear, and make the bread. This is the moment right here for you guys. Whether you're inspired by Glendon, you're inspired by me, you're inspired by someone else that's out there giving you the game, just get to work, guys. That's all I got for now. Use yourself for property, opportunity, and profit. You guys stay up, man. Get busy.